Your name is Gamzee Makara. Life's always been shit, but lately, it's more shit than usual. Back on Alternia, you were told you were part of a noble, high caste, the Purple Bloods, the stewards of the land on behalf of the sea-dwelling monarchy. Unfortunately, being a steward of the land meant mostly that you sat on your ass all day without anything to do. The land stewarded itself just fucking fine. A life of apathetic boredom had only one outlet: drugs. That was normally fine and dandy, but the drug you went and got your ass hooked on was now in short supply, such that the last of it fit in an aluminum pie tin. Soap or slime addiction was common on Alternia. Soap flows freely from taps installed in the cocoons of all trolls in order to sufficiently fill them with enough soaper to sleep inside of, to dull the effects of nightmares projected out by Glub Galib into the subconscious of every troll, potent enough to be effective through the skin, more effective when ingested. You got into soaper when you were 3 sweeps old, your goat dad out on one of his long sea voyages. Like many young trolls your age, you ingested it by mistake after waking up, spitting out the bitter, sour concoction immediately, noticing how dizzy and strange it made you feel. This, for most trolls, would be enough to curb the habit, on top of their lussus chiding them for being a moron. You had no lussus around to obtain chiding from. Being dizzy is fun, and feeling strange is better than feeling nothing. Before long, you were drinking the stuff, and before longer, you were baking it into gelatinous pies with sugar to dull the bitterness. Now you've hunkered down, far, far away from the other trolls, holed up in a square room intended for janitorial supplies, among the mops and the brushes, huddled in a corner, the place illuminated by only the glow from your phone. You feel sobriety rolling back into your bones, the dreadful apathy of living squeezing inside your marrow. You bite your cheek and fight back tears as you drink the final pie. Neon green sliding down your chin and warmly into your food chute, that last hit already fading into colorlessness before it reaches your gut sack. You made a promise that when you drank the last pie, you'd talk to him. You reach for your phone. Mr. Makara, how are you?
Bad, Doc. I'm coming down again. I can feel it. This shit doesn't work like it used to. The hits only last a few minutes, and that was the last one. Shit.
The withdrawal will kick in soon. It will be monstrously painful, Mr. Makara. I won't lie to you. But you shall be reborn.
Doc, I did everything you asked me. I got myself all alone, away from everyone. Though I think I'd be here in this closet, even if you hadn't told me to.
I know, Gamzee. You are about to undergo a painful transformation. Did you do what I asked in your dreams?
Oh, I moved my dream self to the underground lair. Shit was fucking maddening. There's no soaper on Prospect either. I didn't do much dreaming there.
Good. You are about to feel a great surge of power, Gamzee. This will coincide with the energies that have accumulated inside your body after a lifetime of soaper drinking.
Doc, I don't know what this all means. Will I be okay? After all this? That's all I want to know. My shit is all up in your hands now.
You will not just be okay, Mr. Makara. You will be better.
Before that shit all happens, why?
Why? Why save you? Because I need you. You are to undertake a critical mission for me. You alone will escape this hellish, dead session.
What about the others, though? Carcat and Terezi and... I can say I don't care if Equius dies.
They are irrelevant, Mr. Makara. Enjoy the rest of your immortal life. The screen goes black, a low battery notification appearing right on cue. Doc always does shit on cue. The other thing that's on cue is the racking pain that splits your head with a sudden deafening agony. You writhe, sending items on the shelves toppling, a mop striking your horns with a clack. Some part of you somewhere is being ripped away, and from your mind's eye you can see Prospect exploding in a green light, your other dreaming body evaporating into nothingness. The pain doesn't stop there, though, your skin crawling and burning, boiling, agonizingly hot. A paint can falls from the top shelf, striking your side, and you wail miserably as withdrawal mixes with your dying dream self to create an inescapable weight of bodiless pain. You can't do it. Tears stream from your eyes, and you strike the wall, making a crack appear from your fist's impact on the floor. The storage closet rattles. The nearby heavy shelf is swaying precariously. The pain isn't ebbing, but your adrenaline is kicked in enough for you to reach on the shelf, trying to use it to push yourself to your feet. It doesn't support your weight, and tumbles down suddenly, sharp and heavy implements making contact with your body that suddenly feels so weak and useless. You lie still under the items. A box-cutting knife lies in a pool of purple blood to your left. Your neck is twisted almost all the way back. You close your eyes, waiting for the pain to stop. In that moment, you hope you die. But you don't. Blood flows from you in profuse amounts. Your neck doesn't right itself. Your arms are pinned beneath the shelf, your head throbbing, a paint can stuck wetly to the back of it. You don't die. You can't. The pain slowly fades, and you suddenly wish it would come rushing back. The numbness that replaces it is stifling and bottomless. You lay there, beneath weight that should kill you. You feel nothing. You are no longer Gamzee Makara. Your name is June Egbert. Running from imps is thirsty work. A stray blast of green nuclear lightning explodes the patch of dirt you were just stepping on, making you yelp like a frightened cat, pumping those legs even faster. "I'll hold them off, June," calls Nana from behind, but you can tell she's not faring any better. Imps who Nana could obliterate effortlessly before are now shrugging off her baby blue ecto-lasers without so much as wincing. You dash away into the woods and press your back into a tree, covering your mouth to prevent your heavy breathing from making a sound. It's suddenly dead quiet. The completely still air makes every noise seem to echo around you. Is Nana okay? Where are you? Where are the imps? Your train of thought impacts a brick wall when your PDA buzzes in your pocket. You yank it out hastily and attempt to silence it, accidentally clicking the green accept call button on Pester Chum's voice call feature. "What?" you hiss into the receiver. Is Dave trying to fuck with you? Is Rose telling you to sit tight again?
Testing. Can you hear me, human?
A voice you've never heard before rings in your ear. A telemarketer? Wait, no, that's a stupid thought. "Who is this?" you demand, forgetting to be quiet. A green blast whizzes by you and you squeak again, dashing further into the woods.
"It's your new best buddy,"
insists the husky feminine voice on the other line. The pieces click together. In your mind, you see blue words. What do you want?" you demand, not in the mood for the alien's smugness. For some reason, hanging up doesn't occur to you, even as you're fleeing. You clumsily dodge trees, huffing and panting as you hear the imps gaining on you from behind.
You're the one who asked to be stronger, Blue. I'm just helping.
Vriska drones. You picture a secretary filing her nails in some big shot's office, bored and aloof. "Now's not a great time," you say, nearly getting your head clipped by a hefty branch. "You can see what's going on, right?"
Now's the perfect time, Junie. And yes, I can see you. Watch out for that.
Vriska laughs as you trip over a branch falling on your face. You scramble to your feet, shoving yourself behind a massive blue log.
Never mind.
"You said you were going to help me," you accuse. You feel like a scared animal, and you don't really like how Vriska is laughing at you. If she's trying to make you feel stupid for bumbling around like a moron in the woods, that job is already being covered by your brain. "If you're trying to help, help!" you hiss, ducking your head to avoid being spotted.
I told you I had to get some things set up. The first thing was a way to call you like I am right now. The second is some advice.
Vriska pauses, seeming to see that two imps are close by. After they pass, she speaks again.
Take a deep breath.
You wait for her to continue. There's silence on the other line. "What are you, my therapist?" you demand, exasperated. Vriska laughs.
Take a nice deep breath. I don't know what the hell it means. Another breath player told me to tell you.
Vriska sighs.
Another thing. Quit running around. If I'm gonna help, I've got to put you through a pace test. See how strong you are to begin with. Or in your case, how weak.
"Not a great time for a pace test," you reiterate, remembering the stupid government pacer tests you had to do in high school.
Wrong again. This is a great time.
Vriska insists.
Real quick, hold the phone outward, away from your body.
You swallow, hesitantly taking the PDA away from your ear and holding it out, arm outstretched. In your mind's eye, you picture a beam shooting forth from it, destroying the imps in their tracks. The reality is far less fortunate.
Hey imps, over here!
Vriska's voice blares through the PDA speakers like a foghorn, and you drop your phone in your haste to silence her. 5 imps in a broad radius all look your way with glowing green eyes, teeth curling uniformly into wicked smiles. You swallow thickly, hearing Vriska's cackling on the other line, before the PDA is smashed into atoms by neon green energy. You are no longer June Egbert. Your name is Dave Strider. You and your associate Dave Sprite, who, and I can't put too fine a point on this, is you, are presently staring at a large, slowly spinning record laid gently atop a great clockwork gear, both the size of a baseball field, hovering above the lava sea of the land and heat and clockwork. "Damn," Dave Sprite says. "The troll didn't fuck us over." "Yeah," you agree, surprised. "How about that?" The surface of the record is bumpy underfoot, making it hard to walk, the grooves stretching across its length. You wonder what song it plays.
Well, I don't expect you to trust me yet, Dave, but I think this goes a decent way in buying it back.
Okay, I'll admit you didn't kill me whilst leading me to a mission-critical area, but that's a pretty low bar to clear. I'm gonna need some more active persuasion. And I'm also gonna continue to call you Friend Killer.
Friend Killer is a valid troll name.
Okay.
As your new compatriot, Dave, I feel it is prudent to warn you. You are about to be attacked by the Crocodile Mafia.
The what? You turn from your phone. Dave Spratt has urgently grabbed your arm. "Dude, it's the Crocodile Mafia," he says. "The what?" you repeat. Your head turns to match the angle of Dave Sprat's, and what you see can only be described as the Crocodile Mafia. 4 crimson bipedal crocodiles are approaching you on the surface of the beat mesa, each one approximately waist height, the tallest of them pushing 3 feet, their proportionally short legs giving them a humorous waddle. Each one is wearing a full suit and tie, the foremost croc sporting a flower pinned to his lapel. As they come to a stop, the foremost crocodile takes a deep whiff of his flower with his snout.
Do mine eyes deceive me?
Boss Croc says in a dry voice that you could swear was a bad Godfather impression.
Or do two foolish men stand upon the beat mesa in flagrant opposition to the whims of the noble and long-standing Crocodile Mafia?
I think that one's floating, boss, says one of the crocodiles at Boss Croc's flank, pointing at Dave Sprat's ghostly tail.
A wise observation, Antonio, but most redundant,
says the Don, smacking his subordinate upside the head.
You have once again proven to be too smart by half.
Can we help you guys? Dave Sprat asks bluntly. You're glad he said something. You're trying to keep a straight face over here.
Can he help us? The man asks.
Don Croc turns to the croc named Antonio, who chuckles humorlessly.
My friend, the only help we need can be spent on little bespoke crocodile suits and the various necessary apparatuses to continue the flawless operation of the Crocodile Mafia.
Don Croc rubs his fingers together meaningfully. So money, you reason.
Antonio, get this boy a medal,
Don Croc says, speaking to his main associate, pointing at you.
For he is a genius of the highest regard. I of course speak of the currency de la Jornada, boon dollars. You and your doppelganging associate are, in short, on property that belongs to me. If you want to make use of it yourselves, you must utilize that sweetest of lubricants, money.
You look at Dave Sprat. These crocodiles are way more cute than scary, diminutive with dull-looking teeth and jaws that look more cartoonish than imposing. In short, you could take 'em. This begs the question, which you now ask. Or what? Don Croc's little croc face twists into a snarling smile. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly from the lava erupts a cadre of lizards. Red-skinned like the crocodiles, but with crackling green eyes, the unmistakable aura of nuclear energy.
Your calculating shrewdness has revealed the difference in stature between you and I,
says Don Croc, letting one of the fire lizards approach in order to scratch its head.
Perhaps some adroit discernment can fathom the difference between yourselves and my little salamander friends.
Fuck. Dave Sprat blows air through his cheeks. Those are the minions of Hephaestus. He's the boss of this land. They get the same power boost as the imps do. There's a tense moment as the 6 salamanders eye you up. You bet that there are more waiting beneath the lava, waiting for this smug little asshole gator to snap his fingers and turn you into a cartoonish pile of black soot. How much? You say carefully.
1 gazillion boonbucks ought to do it,
says Don Croc. His grin turns from evil to eager, sensing your newfound business sense. You lean over to Dave Sprat.
Is that a lot?
You hiss. Dave Sprat leans back.
1 boonbuck is a bajillion boon dollars, so 1 gazillion boonbucks is a zillion boon dollars,
he says, as if those were real numbers. Is that a lot? You repeat. Dave Sprat does a quick calculation in his head.
Yeah,
he says.
It's like 10 speedboats in a New York penthouse.
Fuck, you say, rubbing the back of your head.
My offer stands, gentlemen,
Don Croc says.
Now, at the risk of sounding somewhat brisk, fuck off.
Moments later, you're flying away from the beat mesa towards a nearby gear city, landing on the outskirts near crowded high-rises where non-mafia crocodile guys are milling around. One snaps at your hand when you walk too close. What's the plan, Stan? You ask. Where the hell do we get a boon dollar?
Every player gets a boon dollar allowance when they begin the game, like the default money in an RPG,
Dave Sprat explains. Now we're talking. You rub your hands together.
How many boon dollars is this allowance?
Dave Sprite holds up one finger.
Oh, fuck, you say. How do I get more? Well, you could get a job.
Dave Sprite indicates to the various buildings all around the Croc City.
It's part of your quest to get a job in order to take over the Crocodile Mafia and get to Hephaestus, but I think we're both on the same page vis-a-vis quests.
Fuck 'em, you say simply, completing his thought.
You could always play the stock market,
Dave Sprite says. He points at a building down the street of what appears to be a bank.
But speculative markets are about as reliable as gambling.
Wait, you say slowly. Speculative markets.
Yeah, like I said, you can't make any money unless you know the future.
As Dave Sprite finishes that sentence, realization strikes. Your eyes meet, and your sunglasses glint in the glow of the lava far below.
Shit,
you say, shaking Dave Sprite's hand. Let's be bankers. You are no longer Dave Strider. Your name is Jade Harley. The land of frost and frogs is really living up to its name, a chilly wind making you shudder. Your body's so used to the heat, now lambasted by cold and snow.
Here they come.
You hear Jade Sprite to your right. You don't really want to deal with the miserable funhouse mirror version of yourself right now, but you have very little choice. Until now, your land has been unfettered by imps and their ilk, but in the past hour or so, you've been dealing with them non-stop. They're relentless, each one crackling with green nuclear energy that reminds you of your lost canine companion. Truthfully, beating imps has mostly been Jade Sprite's job. Since she combined with Beck in sprite form, she is more able to expertly defeat them. You tried to help with your grandfather's rifle, Big Medicine, but the imps are simply able to dodge the bullets. At present, you smell burning and hear impish cries as Jade Sprite waves her hand, immolating a group of the scamps trying to approach your home, clamoring over one another like wasps trying to invade a bee's nest. The towering lab complex that you called home for 18 years looks different now. The landscape you grew up in is now covered in snow, the white bricks blending into the alabaster vista, marred only by grist and flailing imp torsos. The fracas is soon ended, the voices of the pint-sized interlopers falling silent.
Guess that's all of them for now,
Jade Sprite says simply. She gives you a hurt look, and you know she wishes you would at least pretend to help with home defense. It's not like you enjoy being worthless in a fight. You decide that having a doppelganger sucks. Always knowing what's in their head, by knowing yourself, feels like she's rooting around in your brain.
Hey,
You clear your throat.
Since you're a sprite, do you know what we're supposed to be doing? Sort of.
Jade Sprite replies.
We're trying to make a scratch. Even though Carcat said it was a game thing, I don't know anything about it. Dave and Rose are both trying to find things that are supposed to help us, but I think you and I are just supposed to breed frogs like normal. Right.
You say. You clear your throat.
I guess what I'm not clear on is the whole
You gesture vaguely.
breeding frogs?
Jade Sprite sighs. The only thing worse than having a doppelganger is having one that seems to know more than you do. You swallow your embarrassment.
Breeding frogs is the whole point of the game. Sort of.
Jade Sprite explains, then shakes her head with an exasperated sigh.
Look, I have to get ready for the next bunch of imps. Every time they come, there are more of them. If you're not gonna help protect our house, then just ask one of the trolls about frogs. Go inside and lock the door.
Jade Sprite turns away, her canine ears twitching. You clench your fists, wondering if you should say something to her. Tell her she's being rude for no reason. Tell her that you're sad that Prospet is gone as much as she is. Sad that you gained the memories from your dream world just in time to see Prospet pop like a balloon. You walk inside, shuddering, grateful for the shelter from the chill outside. You withdraw your phone, considering which troll to talk to. Carcat? He was the one who brought up frog breeding, but you get exhausted talking to him. Instead, you select another name, one of the less annoying trolls, Grim Auxiliatrix.
Hello? This is Kanaya, isn't it? My name is Jade. Karkat said you know about frog breeding and stuff. Hello. It is good to meet you, Jade. And it is a relief to speak to someone of a similar caste. Caste? Huh? I suppose I should not assume that humans use the same color caste as we do. Never mind. What I mean is, you seem nice. Oh, thank you. But yes, to answer your question, I am familiar with breeding. Breeding is something of my specialty. Oh, great. Not to honk my own toot squeezer, but I am known as a breeding expert. No one knows more about breeding than I. Okay, I think you're putting a fine point on it.
From outside, you hear Jade Sprite launching the last volley of blasts. You peek out the window, feeling impotent.
Allow me to explain the importance of frog breeding to you, Jade. It is a known fact of Paradox Space that frogs are a universal constant. Every universe contains frogs, for they are written into the very genetic code of life itself. And this is for a quite simple reason. Frogs are the universe. I do not mean this in a metaphysical sense either, Jade. I mean, literally speaking, every universe in existence is frog-shaped. That is just how things are. The game of Scrub is played in order for these frogs to reproduce. Imagine the medium as you know it. Skya and Prospect and Durs are all contained within a sort of egg that this cosmic frog lays. A pocket dimension laid outside itself, but very much connected to the mother frog. Again, this is not a metaphor. This is quite literal indeed, Jade. We are talking about universe-sized frogs and massive eggs constituting planets as nuclei. I cannot stress this enough. We, within the egg of the universe, are tasked with a sacred duty, and that duty is frog breeding. Your land, the land of frost and frogs, abounds with frogs en masse, each one containing some of the DNA of the cosmic frog that contains your universe. The task of the frog breeder is to select the frogs from your land and combine them using ectobiological alchemy to make the perfect new universe frog, a process which takes days of painstaking, intricate work. Once this perfect frog is made, it is to be thrown into the volcano that lies dormant in your land, along with the rings obtained from the white and black queens, respectively. After that, you must navigate to Skya and defeat the Black King, clearing the way for Skya to open up and perform its ultimate function. Your volcano will erupt and send the cosmic frog flying towards Skya, where they will combine, and the medium will hatch into a brand new universe. It is all very majestic and not metaphorical at all. After the hatching, the medium becomes inert, much like the empty shell of a spent egg, and you and your peers will be able to enter the new universe you have just made and live out your days as the gods of this new realm. I think I get it. We make the Ultra Frog, then slam dunk him into Skya. Yes. Do try to be more majestic and reverent, please. Do not slam dunk the cosmic entity. But you said this takes a long time, right? Well, yes, that is the problem. You will not have time to finish, and even if you did, your session is, screwed. Huh?
The negative sentiment is punctuated by a sudden bang outside. You look out the window and see Jade Sprite winded, shake an imp off her arm. Her ectoplasmic body isn't injured, but she looks exhausted. You look back to your conversation to avoid feeling guilty.
Maybe it's a bad idea to do the frog stuff at all. I mean, if the session is doomed by the Jackno Archive, then what's the point? And then on top of that, if the session is going to create a new universe from scratch, do we even need a frog? No, the scratch is a frogless strategy. I just have a feeling it will be important. Which, to be fair, I understand if you do not act upon. Whatever the case may be, Jade, I must bid you farewell now. Oh, do you have to go? No, but you do.
As soon as you read those dark green words, an imp opens the door to your laboratory home. Your eyes widen as you realize you didn't even lock the fucking door. You are no longer Jade Harley. Thank you for listening to Homestuck Alternate Universe. HSAU is sponsored by contributions from viewers like you. To learn more, go to patreon.com/funkmclovin. This episode was directed, recorded, and edited by Funk McLovin. The cast, in no particular order: AE as Terezi, articulately composed as Rose and Mom, Bucky as Carcat, Captain Lazar as Jack Noir, Eclipi as Gamzee and Equius, Janaya as Kanaya and Jade, Pakin as Tavros, Technically Dead as Solix, Harper as Vriska, Shrimp as Nepeta, and West as Pfeffery. Art by Sunny Dionysus, Gastro, and Clown's Kiss. Supplemental art by Funk McLovin based on characters by Andrew Hussie. Special thanks to Daft Class, Yo It's Crow, and Andrew Hussie. Homestuck Alternate Universe is not affiliated with What Pumpkin or Viz Media. To read Homestuck's original webcomic, please go to homestuck.com or bambosh.dev/unofficial-homestuck-collection. Thank you.